Welcome to another edition of What's Bothering You. I'm Frank Cavallaro with Don Zeno. And by the way, we are coming to you from Centre Leonardo da Vinci, this fabulous location in St. Leonard, Lacordaire, near Boulevard Robert in Montreal. Today, we're going to start off the show. First of all, let me introduce Don Zeno. Good morning, Don.
Good morning, Frank. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good morning, folks. Frank, tell them about the T-shirt with the big balls.
Yeah, you come by, you'll get this T-shirt. You just got to come by and weigh in. Give us your thoughts on what's bothering you.
No, we don't want their weight. We weigh in like they want to participate as a guest.
You come in, you give us your 2 cents, and you get a T-shirt. Keep It Up T-shirt from What's Bothering You and VIPinternetradio.com. So just come by. Don't be shy. Have a coffee. Say hi to myself and Don Zeno.
Let's get down to serious business. I am really concerned about reading up on bullying.
It's a hot topic these days, Don.
Bullying.
Every day you hear about it.
Frank, I don't know what to tell you. Let me set the stage, and then I want you to take it from there. Fair enough, folks, and follow me on this. Internet has been a blessing for guys like me because I've been able to do business practically all over the world because the internet brings the world us a lot closer. It's a human thing. It's a human evolution, and people like Google, YouTube, and people of that nature, congrats, you've done something great for humanity, I find. However, the flip side of the coin is that it has become dangerous for people that are not mature enough to use the internet. I'm talking about the younger kids, okay? Because let's face it, we all remember how mean youngsters, young adults, and anything younger than that can be, where they're growing up.
Well, we've had bullying for years. I mean, this is not a new thing.
In our days, you'd figure out we didn't have the internet. You'd find the guts to go and beat the crap out of the bully. I was about to say shit, but I'm not allowed to say shit. But the crap out of the bully, and then he got the message that it was enough picking on you. But nowadays, it drives people insane because it's not only a handful of people that know that you're being bullied and ridiculed, but it's the whole world through the social medias of the world that for no reason they'll think you're a wimp. For example, you understand?
So what do you suggest?
But let me. I'm just setting the stage because this is serious. And another thing, for example, young people that, the internet world or the medias or society paints a rotten picture that by the time you're 14, if you haven't gotten laid, there's something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? When I was 14, I was playing with guns and girls were playing with dolls, and it was,
toy guns.
Yeah, toy guns, of course.
Well,
But
today they play with real guns.
Yeah, but that's right. I was playing with guns, toy guns, and we were having a great time. We took the time to grow up. There was a lot of respect, and I find that all this social media, people can start any bad rumor, put a lot of pressure, and bullying is one of them. Folks, we got to do something, especially the more mature adults have to hold hands, address this issue, get governments involved, and really take it, because one suicide is too much. Just one out of 100 million is too much, because these are young kids, these are your kids, these are my kids. For crying out loud, that is the most precious thing. Life itself is more precious than losing money, than losing, life.
So what you're saying, basically, because of pressure today, let's say a kid doesn't smoke,
right,
and his friends smoke, his friends might bully him, forcing him to smoke.
And you know what? I'm glad you talked about that, and I'm not afraid to say it, I was tempted to, as a shareholder in the public stock market, I was tempted in buying shares of Philip Morris. MO on the stock market. I'm not afraid. I don't do it because of what they represent, cigarettes. That's another thing that's bothering me. Cigarettes. Cigarettes are a killer. You know a thing or two about that because your father died from lung cancer.
That's right. He was a smoker.
Publicly.
Yeah, he was.
So I'm not into smoking. I don't believe in that, and they should not be giving that garbage to kids. Therefore, I've boycotted Philip Morris, companies of that nature, any cigarette company. I couldn't give a rat's derriere how much money they make. And it's tempting, don't get me wrong.
But getting back to bullying, this is part of the bullying. A lot of the kids today will do one thing. If there's, and if you're the different kid, they kind of bully you because they want you to do what they're doing. And there's been, like you said, there's been suicides recently out in British Columbia. The young lady who killed herself, who committed suicide because of bullying.
But
this is a big issue here.
Agreed. Here's the solution, I think, folks, especially you younger guys, the so-called deemed victims. If if anyone ever bullies you and threatens not to hurt you even more, if you tell your family
or the
friends,
authorities,
or the authority, do so. Do not be afraid. Do so. Come to the authority. They'll go and pick them up. And believe me, the authorities in certain countries will even rough them up in the jail cell and say, here's a taste of what bullying is all about, and slap them out silly. You follow what I'm saying? Because enough is enough. You understand?
Yeah.
You can't be afraid. You cannot be afraid.
I don't know how it could be handled differently. I agree that kids should be educated in school as they grow up that, listen, this is wrong. You're right. The government should intervene and have some programs. I think it's also among the kids. Look, you could have a son, and if he hangs around good people that know that bullying is wrong, they could educate the other bulliers.
Right, agreed.
The other bullies, I mean. So,
well, let me tell you something. I'll speak for myself because I'm hot-headed, and I admit it publicly on air. If my kids are old enough now and strong enough to take care of themselves. But if somebody would have touched my children, I'm talking about bullies or anything like that, I would take the law into my own hands.
Which is wrong.
Which is wrong, but I would. I publicly admit it, because if they're not going to do anything because they're minors and things like that, and my kids are being bullied or hurt, I mean, just teased is one thing, but hurt, black eyes and things of that nature, I would take the law into my own hands. In other words, Charles Bronson was my hero. He was my favorite vigilante.
But even teasing to a certain limit, you can have some fun, joke around, practical jokers. Listen, I know of people. I've been a practical joker myself. That's one thing.
Yep.
But when you start forcing people, bullying people, that is totally wrong. And I think, first of all, I think the laws have to change. I think now, if you bully someone, you should be in serious trouble. This is like, an assault on a person. You're doing it. So I think, first of all, the laws have to change. People have to be educated, especially the kids in elementary school, high school. And the poor kid who's being bullied has to get help and cannot be afraid to go up to yourself, to his or her parents, and get help for bullying and say, but a lot of kids don't want to speak up. That's the problem. They keep it in, and then we have suicides like we just had in British Columbia. So bullying is a hot topic. What's Bothering You is coming to you from Centre Leonardo da Vinci in Montreal. And you can view the show every Tuesday night at 9, right here on VIPinternetradio.com, VIPinternettv.com. I'm Frank Cavallaro with Don Zeno. More with What's Bothering You coming up.